Hi guys, it's Christina. So today I wanted to do my foundation routine for you guys. A few of you have been asking for it, even though I do it kind of like in my tutorials and get ready with me videos. You see me how I put on my foundation and contour and highlight and everything like that. But I decided why not just, dedicate a whole video to it and kind of explain more in detail like why I choose the products that I choose, like the way I apply the makeup and everything like that, so that way it's more detailed. So that way maybe you can pick up some tips or learn about some new products or whatever. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, you want to prime your face because that way your foundation will last longer. So my two favorite primers that I like to use is this Pixi Flawless and Poreless, and then this one is from Maybelline and it's just the prime for face and eyes. This one I think you can find at Target, and then this one I got in my glam box, but you can also order them on their website, and I will write down the names of everything that I'm showing down in the info box. So I'm just going to take a bit of this and apply it all over my face evenly. And by the way, I don't use primer all the time. Like if I'm just doing like this is only for special occasions. Like if I'm doing all out, like I'm doing my face and eye makeup all pretty, like I'm going out all day and all night or something like that for like, like something special. But if I'm just going to like a grocery store or a class, obviously I don't do all these steps. This is for like a complete face makeup. Then I go in with my foundation. So my favorite foundation has been Revlon PhotoReady since like 2010. You guys know that I love this stuff. It's absolutely amazing. I've tried other foundations, high-end, drugstore ones, and I've never had anything that's as good as this because it just looks so amazing in pictures. It has like a natural look. It has like a little bit of a glow to it or something like that in pictures where it doesn't look matte and fake, but it's still good coverage and it doesn't have the white effect in pictures. It's just really, really awesome. But I do live at the beach and we have a little bit of a humid climate, so if I do use this like whenever I'm going to other states where it's like inland and it's not as humid, it's perfect. But around here it makes my skin a little bit oily, so I like to mix it with this foundation, and this is the Pixi Flawless Beauty Fluid. And you can find this on their website or at Target, and this is just at drugstores. And I bought this on discount on HauteLook, so that way it was a lot cheaper. And I will link HauteLook down below in the info box for you guys. They always have awesome sales. So I just mix them on the back of my hand and I apply it with my fingers. And I used to apply my foundation with a foundation brush, which is something that a lot of people do. And people ask me what foundation brushes I would recommend and stuff like that. And I would honestly recommend just using your fingers because it's so much more hygienic, unless you're one of those people that can wash your brushes like every single day or every other day, then you can go ahead and do that. But and then I would recommend like maybe the Sonia Kashuk foundation brush or like Sigma or Sedona Lace, but to be honest, I would just recommend using your fingers, especially if you have like problems with acne or even just pimples, not even like full-blown acne, but just some sort of pimples. It's like so much lighter because I just went spray tanning the other day, so this foundation is like super light. And I always keep a little wet wipe on hand so that way I can like get rid of all this makeup all over the place because I don't like touching all my makeup with like nasty hands. So the reason I use my fingers is because it's so much more hygienic. Like you wash your fingers right before you do your makeup, and then you just wash them a lot more often than your brushes, obviously, because the brushes, they will harbor all the oil and just the nasty stuff from your face, like the bacteria, and then you put them in your little brush holder and the bacteria and everything sets on them, the dust, the germs, and it's just so nasty. And you just like go ahead and reapply all that dirt and oil and germs on your face again the next day when you use the brush. So it's just like nasty. And ever since I stopped using my brush, my skin got like way better. I'm not gonna say like it's the miracle, but I definitely saw a big difference. So I would definitely recommend just using your fingers if you have problems with acne. My cat is making so much noise. Then I'll go in with a concealer. So on my off days, I would just use a little bit of this, like under my eyes or something like that. But if I'm going all full out, I will use both of these. And this one is just a little bit more pricey. That's why I don't use it as often. It's a concealer stick, and it matches my skin pretty well. So what I do is I draw a little like triangle underneath my eyes, because that's actually how you lighten up that area. And then if I have some blemishes, I cover that up too. And the camera's not really picking it up, but I can see it. It's basically like matches my foundation, but it's like an extra layer. So if you need that extra coverage, It's perfect for that. So that was a concealer, and this is a corrector. So the difference is concealer is like your foundation, but maybe a little bit lighter or more compact, so that way you get more coverage, obviously. But a corrector is basically like different shades, so you can use a salmon shade for covering up the blue under eye circles, a green shade for covering up any redness or pimples and stuff like that. So I would just use this green one to cover up some blemishes if it's, you know, that time of the month, you get like the pimples, stuff like that. And then I would just take a little bit of this and put it again under my eyes, just to give me a little bit of extra, because if it's lighter than your foundation, once you go over it with the powder, it'll be just a tad lighter, so that way it counteracts the dark circles. Then I set everything with a powder, and I either use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, which is a little bit more pricey and it looks a lot more natural, or I use this Maybelline FIT powder, which is just at a drugstore, and it's a little bit, you know, you see it a little bit more. It's not as natural, but it's a lot cheaper than this one. But the difference is that she matched me with the wrong shade, and she gave me a really light shade. So this I either use if I'm like, you know, just when spray tanning and I don't want my face any darker, or if I use it if I'm like super light, I haven't been tanning. But normally on my regular days I would just use this because it just like matches my skin better, because you can tell now my face is like so much lighter than the rest of me. Or I could just mix both of them. And for this I'm using my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. I love this brush. So I take a little bit of that and I just go over everything. As you can see, it's like pretty light for me. But it's very natural looking in person. So if I feel like, you know, I need a little bit of color, then I go in with this, which is the one that matches me. Well, actually, like, if you go tanning, you would know that, you know, your face is always lighter. I mean, anything like tanning, spray tanning, anything like that, even just laying out in the sun. I go spray tanning, so like, my face always is lighter than my body, because you wash your face a lot more, obviously, and you wash the tan off. So I have to get my powder a little bit darker, so that way it matches my like neck and stuff like that. Does that make sense? I don't know. If you don't go tanning, that probably makes no sense, but if you do, then you know what I'm talking about. And make sure you blend it down your neck, so that way you don't have that weird line right there. I hate when girls have that, like, I probably had that in high school when I first was starting to do makeup. And if you want to highlight your nose bridge, you can just go back into your concealer and just go like this. And this will be covered up by the powder, so don't worry. And then just powder over it. It looks a little bit like lighter. Gives it like a light down your nose bridge, makes it stand out, and then you're going to contour on both sides, so it's going to make it look slimmer if that's what you're going for. And before I contour or do anything else to my skin, I just fill in my eyebrows, because I feel like my face looks a tad off without them. I'm just taking my Sonia Kashuk little angled brush, my Jordana eye pencil. And I love these pencils. They're so inexpensive. They're like $3 at Walgreens. And they're super soft and they're retractable and they have a lot of colors. And they're pretty good for their price. So that's the ones that I get. And the reason that I'm using a brush is because it's a lot more natural. If you just go in with a pencil straight on your eyebrow, you can like color in your skin, so that way up close it looks fake, but then the brush makes the color go onto your hairs, not like on your skin, so that way you're just coloring the hairs, and like if you even look up close, you're not going to see any pencil marks or lines or anything like that, because that can get annoying. I mean, you know, you would hate that when you like look at a girl and from far away she looks okay, then you look close at her makeup and it's like, oh god. Okay, so then for contouring, I use a matte bronzer. Obviously, if you've never contoured, like, don't use a shimmer bronzer. You want a matte one. So this is a pretty inexpensive one that's really good. It's NYC Sunny. You can find these at Target, at Ulta, or whatever. They carry them at a lot of stores. So I take my Sedona Lace 602 brush. This is like angled, so it's perfect for like getting your cheekbones. You make a fish face and you go right under here, under your bone right there. So you make a line like towards your mouth, from your ear to your mouth, and that kind of makes the shadow effect, so that way it makes it look like you have higher and like Mineralized cheekbones. See, like that. You can also go under your jawline, especially if you have like a double chin, and then you can do your temples, so that way like it's not just on your cheeks, so it kind of like goes like this. It's called like the E3 effect, whichever way is the 3E, E3, I don't know which way you guys are looking. So it's like that and like that. And this looks really, really good in pictures. I mean, in person too, but if you take photos, it makes it look like you have like really nice bone structure. So that's that. And then if you want to, you can also go ahead and contour some more. So I take my little, this is like a tapered face brush, and this is the Sedona Lace 224. So take a little bit of that, and if you want to make your nose slimmer, you just put the bronzer on each side of your nose bridge, and it makes it a little bit slimmer looking. You can like go up to your eyebrows, but just make sure that you blend it out so you don't have like a weird line, because I've seen girls like that where they walk around and they literally have like a dark line going down their nose, and it's like, no girl, no. And then if you want to make your lower lip fuller, you can shade it underneath. It creates like a shadow, it makes it look a little bit fuller. That's if you want to. I mean, you know, if you already have big lips, then hey, you know, you got lucky. So you can do a lot of things with shading. If you have a big forehead, you can go in and like contour around the edges, so make it look like a little bit, bring it back so it's not like so much like stands out like in your face, you know. There's a lot of things you can do with contouring. It all depends on your face and what you want to do. So you just personalize it to you. If I want to add a little bit of color to my face, I use this Lorac blush in Soul, and this is my Sigma brush in F30, and I just go up my cheeks like this. It's a very natural like bronzy color, so it's nothing crazy. I don't like to use like super bright pink or red blush, because I don't know, I just don't. And then if I want a little bit of glow, I go in with my bronzer. This is from Victoria's Secret, and it's called Glitterati. It's really pretty. Now this is a shimmery bronzer, so you don't contour with this, you actually just use it for like just giving your face a little bit of color or glow. So you can either put it right here on your top of the cheekbones to highlight, or you can put it all over your cheek like this to just give your face a little bit of color. So I just do that. And if you want to get a sun-kissed sort of look, you can just go down your nose bridge and chin. So see, like it gives your face a little bit of glow, like you've been out in the sun or something. You can put a little bit on your forehead, but I only put a little bit because I already get oily, so I don't need more glow. So that is it. That's how I do my foundation, my face routine. And on my off days, I would just use my foundation, and then I might contour right here, but I don't do like the whole blush and the bronzer and all that stuff like that. I just do a little bit of foundation and my cheek powder, a little bit of concealer, and that's it, you know. So like if I'm just running around doing some sort of errands or something like that, you know, if I do makeup, sometimes I just go without makeup. But this is like a total face routine. And then I set my makeup with my all-nighter spray from Urban Decay, but that's going to be after I do my eye makeup. So I'm going to do that and come back. Okay, so I hope you guys liked my foundation routine. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you want to see how I did my eye makeup and my lip makeup for this look, then please leave me a comment below and I will film a tutorial for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!